Welcome to the Reclaim Fitness podcast, where we challenge what the fitness industry provides for us as women and birthing bodies and caregivers, and discuss what it looks like for us to reclaim this space so that it serves us. I am here to create a supportive community that empowers by providing knowledge about our bodies and encouraging you to find what is right for your body. My name is Susan Hathaway. I'm your host. I'm a certified personal trainer through the National Academy of Sports Medicine with added certifications in prenatal and postpartum fitness through Girls Gone Strong and Mama Strong. So please join me as you go about your day. Maybe you're going for a walk. Maybe you're folding your laundry, lying next to your child who refuses to sleep, or maybe you found a few minutes to yourself. Either way, I'm here with you and we'll get through this together. Hello, everyone. It's me. I have been absent for about a month now. I'm really sorry. I really wanted to be super consistent with this, and I'm sure, as you all know, that is just hard when you have kids, and I'm still adjusting to that postpartum period. And we've, sickness and summer and the whole thing. It's just been very busy. I've started my new master class back in April, and I will be starting a new one in August. So I'm very excited about that, and I'll be letting you guys know about that very soon. And I also have another exciting announcement coming up at the end of this podcast. So listen to this episode. I'm going to try to keep it pretty short and I'll have something exciting at the end to talk to you about. Today I'm in my closet. I'm trying out some new sound options. I wasn't super happy with the way it was sounding before, so let's hope that this sounds better. We shall see. Feel free to let me know what you think. But anyway, let's get going with our topic of the day, topic of the month. The month is July, and this month we're talking about reclaiming our body, which is huge, huge, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to talk to you about this. There is so much that I want to talk to you about, but I'm going to kind of narrow it down to one thing in particular. And I wanted to start off by saying I had asked on my Instagram what one of the hardest things about postpartum is, and I got several responses talking about relearning your body. That was the wording that was used, which I loved. I loved that that terminology of relearning rather than trying to get back to the body that you had before. I just thought that was so great that, a lot of the people who are following me and all of you out there a lot of you out there are thinking about this in terms of your body being this new amazing thing. And it can be frustrating and hard to kind of relearn what it's like to be in this body. And there's definitely a grieving process that's very common amongst all of us when we are trying to adjust to this new stage that we're in our lives and in our bodies. And we're just feeling like it's not the same and just kind of coming to terms with this new body that we have. And mainly today, I want to talk about a lot of the messaging that we get regarding this new body that we have and how that affects us. So on top of this experience of having this new body, going through childbirth, and experiencing our bodies in this new way, we're also being fed constantly all this information telling us that we need to somehow get back to the body that we had previous to having kids, as long as that body was acceptable within our society already, right? Which means usually thin and usually white. And so it's just, we are going through this process of rediscovering our bodies as they are now. And we're getting all this messaging that they're not good enough, that they're not beautiful, they're not strong enough. And it's just not enough. What we're doing with them is not enough. All while we are putting forth every effort to provide for our children, our families, and for ourselves. And it's exhausting, particularly within the fitness space. Most postpartum programs are focused on weight loss, on returning to the body you had before, and a lot of messaging like that. Changing our bodies aesthetically so that they are maybe even look like we never had babies. Um, so I just want to ask, why are we so quick to return to the bodies that we had before? While I'm not necessarily saying we have to love the bodies we're in right now in this postpartum period, why is everyone and everything so quick to assume that we should all be trying to get back to our pre-birth bodies? I think that's a really good question to ask. There's very little messaging out there celebrating the things that are the postpartum body without the caveat of it only lasting an appropriately short amount of time before returning to its much more desirable, thinner, toner version, right? And what I mean by that is a lot of times the things about our postpartum body, like um, our extra skin or the extra fat that we have on our body or the stretch marks, uh, are beautiful as long as we are kind of showing them off directly postpartum. And I feel like this is my own experience, but I feel like there is this time limit on that a lot of times where, it's only appropriate for so long, or we're only able to talk about it for so long. And once we get further along in our lives, and um, I think a lot of older women find that those things that may have been acceptable directly postpartum that are still, they are long lasting, and our bodies are still deeply changed into our perimenopausal period, are not appropriate are no longer appropriate, right? You still have that baby weight, or you still have that doming in your abdomen, um, things like that. It's very much not acceptable past a certain point in our lives. And I think there's a very little messaging out there really normalizing and celebrating those things as lifelong changes and things that our bodies have, signs that our bodies have gone through this amazing transformation of birth and pregnancy. The postpartum experience itself is so much more complex than a temporary period of weight gain. We are holding our babies, we are feeding our babies, our bodies are healing and reorganizing our organs, our hormones are shifting to accommodate a lack of sleep. We may be producing the sole source of food for our babies. There's no way that our needs within the fitness or medical community should be chalked up to a number on a scale or a pant size or how many of our abdominal muscles are visible, right? We have, as postpartum women, we have so many needs. We have a need to understand our bodies and the changes it is going through. We have strength and nutrition needs that need to support us as we move through this time, not the reverse, right? We should not be sacrificing and pushing ourselves to support an unattainable, unrealistic fitness and nutrition regime. Instead, our fitness and nutrition is what should be supporting us through this life stage. Our bodies have carried us through childbirth and the postpartum experiences. We should not be getting messaging that we are not strong enough or not beautiful enough. So when you see those ads on social media or wherever with inflammatory messaging pointing out what you need to change about your body, I just want you to take a moment and ask yourself, who is that messaging for? Is this for me? Me, a mother who needs functional strength so I can lift my children without back pain. Me, who needs maybe applied knowledge about my body and how it's changed during pregnancy and childbirth, just so I can understand what's happening to my body. Me, who needs community and other parents and mothers around me to normalize my experience. Me, who needs childcare support or mental health support. Or is this messaging of, pointing out all of these things that I need to change about my body aesthetically? Are these things for people who view me as simply something to look at? Is it for those who want me to look the way that they think I should look? I know this is hard. We are constantly inundated with messaging surrounding our bodies, what is acceptable or appropriate or right for us to look like. But let me be one of those little voices out there saying something different. And I think these voices are getting louder. But I just want to be saying that these are our bodies. These are our unique postpartum experiences. I encourage you to take a moment and ask yourself what you truly need right now without the influence of the influencers, right? Without the influence of those social media ads or the commercials that you hear on the radio or um, on TV that are telling you that what you need in order to be happy is to change the way you look, or that you need this certain product in order to um, make your body do the things it needs to in order to be appropriate and accepted within our society. I want to create a community where we support each other in reclaiming our bodies for ourselves, not for anyone else. So today, I have an action item for us at the end of the podcast. This might be something that I continue to do. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I really liked this idea, and I hope you join me in doing it. I want you to take a moment to think about what you need in your postpartum journey. Even if you are years postpartum, it may be related to movement, strength, nutrition, or maybe a medical issue, a mental health need, a childcare need. But I want this to be just for you, not for anyone else, not even for your kids. So take a moment right now. Think about it. What are you struggling with right now? And what do you need as a result? Not what other people have told you you need. What do you need? All right, now, unless you're driving, I want you to get a piece of paper or and a pen, or pull out your phone and open up your notes, and I want you to write down that need right now. Then I want you to write down the very first step to getting what you need. Is it a call to a doctor's office? Is it calling a friend? Is it making an appointment with a therapist or your OBGYN? Is it researching um, fun things to do just by yourself in the area? Whatever that first step is, I want you to write that down. And when you complete that, I want you to write down the next step. I want you to cross that out that first step out and write down your next step. And when you start feeling overwhelmingly influenced by other people telling you what you need to be happy, what you need to feel fulfilled, or making you feel like you are not caring for yourself because you are not doing this one thing that you need, I want you to go back to that thing you wrote down and remember that you are taking steps to care for yourself and your needs that you have decided are right for you. And that takes a lot of strength and courage. So I'm going to be on this journey with you as well. I'm going to do that too. I'm going to write it down right now. Here we go. I'm writing it down, what I need. And if you would like to share your experience with this, I'd love to hear from you. Please email me at season@reclaimfit.com, or you can direct message me at Reclaim Fitness LLC on Instagram. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. So thanks for joining me, and stay tuned for my very exciting announcement. Bye. Okay, so before you go, I have an exciting announcement. On August 6, 2023, I will be having my postpartum body reconnect workshop. It's a one-day live online event where you can get started on the path to comfort, functionality, and peace in your movement and exercise journey. I'll be discussing exercise from the perspective of rediscovering your postpartum body as it is right now. We'll be learning about common postpartum symptoms like leaking, pelvic pain, and other discomfort, and what to do about them. And we'll also be talking about how to make exercise realistic and attainable even when the kids are around. I hope you are able to find the support you need no matter where you are in your journey and no matter who you are able to find to support you. But know that this resource is here also when you need it. I'm leaving the link below to sign up in the show notes. And I have a special 10% off discount for my podcast listeners with the code RECLAIMPOD. That's RECLAIMPOD. All capital letters. Even if you can't make it live, you'll receive an email with the recording and any resources that come with it. I really hope to see you there. And I'm super excited. Yay! Okay, bye. Thanks for joining me today. If you like the podcast, be sure to subscribe so you know when a new episode is coming out. And if you have a minute, if you could review or share the podcast with a friend or a family member, I'd really appreciate it. And if you'd like more information about movement and fitness within the caretaking and parenting space, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Reclaim Fitness LLC. You can visit my website at www.reclaimfit.com. And if you'd like to get in touch with me directly, you can email me season@reclaimfit.com.